That's like top 5 worst things that Abby has ever said on this show. That is crazy. Why are you on the phone? Who are you calling? I got hit by a handbag. Hello guys and welcome back to Dance Mums, and as you can tell, I'm back from Jamaica. I'm back and ready to crack back on with the end of season 4. It has been 2.5 weeks since I last watched Dance Mums. Like, it's been a hot minute. I don't really remember what's gone on. Actually, that's a lie, because I literally edited the episode like a week and a half ago whilst I was on holiday. But either way, crazy things happened. The Native American dance was a bit and the whole Maddie being put in to perform because Mackenzie wasn't good enough, little bit creepy and a little bit but anyway, we are jumping straight into this episode. I'm super excited. We should hopefully have 2 Dance Mums episodes a week back, and then the production notes will be moving to a new date, as yet to be confirmed. We'll see how it goes. There's a lot of videos to make and only so much time, so we'll see how it goes, but they will still be coming, do not worry. Either way, hope you guys are enjoying the content nonetheless. We're back, baby, and don't forget that the 7th and the 14th of September will be live streaming the last 2 episodes of the series. So Hollywood, Here We Come Part 1 and Part 2, and we will be live streaming both of them. So make sure to keep an eye out for that. But otherwise, let's get in. This intro is long enough, and let's have a look at the pyramid. So this is a little bit of an avant-garde pyramid today. It's not a typical pyramid, one would say. However, I think that it reflects my thinking and my thoughts quite simply and quite clearly, I feel like. Here we have Melissa. I found her to be, her behaviour to be repulsive in the last episode. When your daughter, your youngest daughter, is finally getting a moment to shine against other children her age, and then you put her older sister in to beat her so that they can claim a victory, it feels disgusting. It feels grotty. It doesn't feel like nice behaviour. And it's just unfortunate that she can't realise that. She can't admit it. She can't realise it. And allegedly this was happening like the day of Mackenzie's birthday, a couple of days before Mackenzie's birthday, a couple of days after. I don't know. Either way, this is just not good behaviour. And in my opinion, that is why she's at the bottom of the thing. Anyway, up next we have Abby. I mean, do I think that she was the worst person in the last episode? I don't think so. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like she was a little bit toxic and a little bit obnoxious at times, absolutely. The whole Native American dance, insensitive, but we've come to expect that from Abby. I think I understand from her point of view why she would put Maddie in to claim some kind of victory. I understand it. Do I agree with it? No. But do I understand it? Yes. Do I understand with Melissa allowing it? No. I don't understand that. But I understand why Abby would want Maddie to compete. She wants to win. She's not convinced that Ava will lose to Mackenzie. And fair and valid. There's 2 years between them, and Ava is a sensational dancer, and Mackenzie is a great dancer, don't get me wrong. But is she on the same level as Ava? No. We have Maddie. I mean, it's not her fault. I have to put her here just because I just don't respect that decision from Abby, and I didn't enjoy seeing her dance again. I'm sorry. So she's going at the bottom of the pyramid. Basically, it's just because everybody else is above her. That's why she's here. I've kind of tried to bulk out the explanation, but it's just because everyone else is above her. Up next, we have Jill. I mean, Jill was great in the last episode. I had a fun time with her. I thought she was all right. Yeah, fabulous. Let's move on. Up next, we have Holly. Dr. Holly. Dr. Holly MD. She's in the new season of Grey's Anatomy. I'm very excited for that. I think she's going to be sensational. But anyway, Dr. Holly, incredible. We love her. Up next, we have Chloe. Icon. Absolute icon. Did she do anything in the last episode? Not particularly, but I just enjoyed her. You know what? She had a couple of good one-liners. she didn't look as scared in that episode. So, you know what? Every day's a win. Up next, we have Christy. I think there's something incredibly wrong with you if Christy's having to go. Are you being serious? Are you being... Is this how you want to parent your children? Oh, okay. Interesting. Like, there have been very few times in my life where I have seen Christy passionately stand up for another person's child like she did for Mackenzie. And the fact that she's standing up for Mackenzie and Melissa, her own mother, isn't, is a little bit concerning to me. Just a little bit concerning. It's just a little bit concerning. And the fact that I'm having to even point this out is just a little bit concerning. Anyway, up next, we have Kendall. I mean, I thought she was good in the group number. I didn't notice anything wrong. Kendall is my rising star. I think every single week I'm like, ooh, Kendall, I see you. You're getting better. You're getting a lot better. I saw how you came onto this show, and now I see where you're at. And I'm impressed, I have to say. So congratulations. You're winning. Up next, we have Nia. I felt like she was good in the group number, but on top of the pyramid, because it was her week and she deserves it, it is, of course, Mackenzie. So well done. That is pyramid done for the day. I'm going to get into the episode now.
We can't rest on our laurels.
You know who Laurel is, don't you?
No!
Oh, okay then.
Jill, Melissa, what are we doing in the background there? What are we doing in the background? What we doing? I'm not even going to repeat it because it's just offensive. What are we doing? At your big ages of 105 and 210, please tell me why we are using these stereotypes. Come on, you're on national television. Surely you didn't think that we weren't going to see that in the mirror. Come on.
Kendall, you want to tell me what happened in the group dance? Were you late?
I wasn't aware that she was late, but I'm sure we're about to see a clip in which she was late. So, yeah. I mean, it's not going to be one of those moments where Abby says, oh, you missed this and you fucked this up. And then it shows that actually she was incredible and she did really well. Because they've done that a couple of times. They've done that a couple of times where they've pointed it out and then they've shown a clip and the clip has not shown what Abby has just said. So I'm a little bit concerned.
Were you late?
No. She went up at the exact same time as Chloe, who was in the back. I'm fairly certain. I think the only thing that they could really get her for is the fact that she didn't go down at the same time, but she was still up in the same move at the same time. What are we talking about here? That one little bit. And she was probably just like gathering herself because she probably just got herself a little bit dizzy. Anything can get you on the bottom of the pyramid these days. Didn't share your Dunkin' Donuts with Abby. Bottom of the pyramid.
I know there was a lot of acrobatics in it. That's really not your forte, but I thought you looked fine.
Such a backhanded compliment. I thought you were fine. I mean, it's not your thing, obviously, but like, I thought you were fine. Yeah, alright. Bye.
You were the expected winner. You were gonna beat Tia and you were gonna beat Sarah. That's not exactly what happened.
It did happen, no. She did beat Tia. I don't know about Sarah, because I think they were in separate categories, but what are we talking about? Because you did put somebody in specifically to beat Mackenzie. And also to beat Ava, yeah. But equally, like, that's a separate studio. Let's move that to the side. She did beat Tia, whereas she came third. Mackenzie came third, and she would have come second if you didn't put Maddie in. So let that be known.
It's an absolute shame that Nia cannot be at the top of the pyramid for leading the group to victory. I don't think she has to share the limelight this week with Maddie.
I also think it's a bit of a piss take putting Maddie at the top of the pyramid when she competed a solo that she had already done. She's already done it. She did it last week, didn't she? Or the week before or something? I can't remember exactly. But she just did it again. So why are we rewarding the fact that a winning solo won again? Whereas Nia, she did a fantastic job and she deserves to be rewarded. Why can't she be the top of the pyramid? Oh, I know production were fuming with this. I know Abby went in and changed it at the last minute just to piss everybody off. Oh, God, what is she like?
I have heard that Kathy will be there.
The reaction shot of Mackenzie is sending me. She's like... That is exceptional. That is so funny. Oh, God, I'm crying. Oh, that's so funny.
I had planned for you to do a solo against Gina this week. The name of the routine is Fool Me Once.
All of her titles are just so backhanded. So Gino's back at Candy Apples, obviously due to production, let's be honest. I mean, he hasn't just chosen to go back there. They're trying to make a storyline out of this, let's be honest. And now Maddie's doing a solo that says Fool Me Once. I don't think she was fooled in the first place.
Maddie has to fly to Miami this weekend. Maddie has a great opportunity to be an actress on this web series.
Oh, it's a web series? Oh, God. Oh, God. Let me tell you a story, guys. Let me tell you a story. So, currently, I did a web series, right? I did a web series earlier this year. It was like one of those vertical drama things that you see on TikTok that are just very bad acting. But I did my best to be a proper actor in it. Do you know what I mean? Even though the script wasn't amazing. And guess what? I've still not been paid for it. Okay, they owe me money. They owe me money. And they owe everybody money who worked on it. But are they going to pay us? Probably not. So, just thought I'd put that out there. Just thought I'd put it out there, you know. I'm not gonna name and shame purely because I'm not that kind of person. But okay, I'm still fuming about it. So web series, I just hear it and I think instantly scam. It's a scam. Might as well have a Nigerian prince calling me. Might as well have someone begging me to click on this website. Do you know what I mean? Because at this point, just take all my money. So, yeah, good luck, Maddie, with this web series, but whatever. This is Ethan from the future coming back to tell you in the past, or maybe the future, I don't know, wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey stuff. But anyway, I'm here to tell you that there is a new YouTube feature called Hype. So if you guys are watching on mobile, then make sure to press the Hype button. It will appear below the video. And basically, this gives me points, it puts me in a leaderboard, and it will get me recognized more within the YouTube community and hopefully lead to more growth and more cool content for you guys. So make sure to do that. I don't think it's on PC and I don't think you can do it on TV. So if you get a chance, please go on your mobile. Please hit that Hype button. I would really, really appreciate it. It means the world to me that you guys are the best supporters in the world. So make sure to keep on ranting and let's get on with the video.
So later this evening, I should know more, if not tomorrow or even the next day. Maddie, as you learn your solo, you will have 2 understudies.
So what I'm hearing is Maddie's already learnt this solo, okay? She's already learnt it. And we already know that she's not going to be competing because, well, we're getting understudies in, do you know what I mean? And it's probably going to be Kendall and Chloe, let's be honest. And it's going to be Kendall versus Chloe Part 3, guys! The trequel! Do you know what I mean? Okay, this is, what is this? Chipwrecked? Kendall versus Chloe the third? Breaking Dawn, is that the third one? Or is it New Moon? No, New Moon's the second one. Breaking Dawn is the third one? Or the fourth one? I can't remember. I don't know. I've run out of trequel names, do you know what I mean? Kendall versus Chloe and the Prisoner of the Abbey Lee Dance Studio? That was a little bit of a shaky one, especially with who wrote it.
Maddie, you will have a lead in this group. If you're not there, the group dances without the lead.
Something tells me I want to see this without the lead, do you know what I mean? Because I've said this many times before, the dances that don't have leads are superior sometimes to the ones that do have leads. This number, playing with matches. No, you know what? Actually, I'm kind of on board with this. I think this could be an interesting one.
Matches.
If you play with fire, you're gonna get burned. Where was I when they taught that lesson?
This is like, so who wrote this song? Who wrote this song? I don't mean to be mean to artists, but when you have such poor lyric writing skills as if you play with fire, then you're going to get burnt. What? That's like That's like lyric writing 101. It's like day one is just take a maxim and just make it a lyric. That's why, like, there were a couple of times when I was watching the Great Gatsby musical, and I was just like, I do not rate this, because most of these songs are just taking like a well-known phrase and just turning it into a song. And I was like, it doesn't feel like there's a lot of creative prowess behind the lyrics. Do you know what I mean? I was just a bit disappointed with it. I'm very fast approaching having seen 100 musicals, having seen or been in 100 musicals. So when I reach that, I'm going to do a countdown of all of those musicals that I've seen and do it from like worst to best. So I'll probably do like a 10-part series, and I'll basically be like, yeah, this is top 90 to 100, and basically count it down that way. I think that could be quite interesting and would be a fun way to do it. So we'll see how it goes, but I still need to get there. I'm on 87 currently. I'm seeing my 88th today. I'm seeing the producers today, so I'm very excited. And there will be some that won't feature on the list because I just haven't seen them. So if you're expecting things like Gypsy to be on there, I haven't seen it. Can't comment on it unless it comes to London before I reach 100. I probably won't include it on the list. Things like, I'm hoping to see Into the Woods before I reach 100. That's coming this Christmas to the West End. Aside from that, I'm not sure what else.
That Maddie won't be there. Why give her the solo and the lead? Why not just say, no, you can't go? Like, we all have things and we can't go.
That's another really, really good point. We're going up against Candy Apples this week, and there's a potential that Maddie's not going to be here. But we've given her both the solo and the lead and the number. And you would go up against Candy Apples and potentially pull both of those and then replace them with what you're assuming is going to be second best? I'm not convinced that Candy Apples is... Okay, hang on. Okay, I've seen this show enough to know that this could be a storyline, okay? Maddie's not going to be here, replaced with Chloe or Kendall, and there's no lead in the group number, meaning Kathy's going to win this week, right? That's the storyline that we're building up here, okay? I'm getting the uncomfortable feeling that maybe we're building up to a Candy Apples win, which is overdue, may I add, but do I think it's going to be at the expense of Abby being like, oh, see, Maddie is the only reason that you guys win? I have a feeling it will be.
Abby is really, really mean and rude sometimes. If something doesn't go her way, she's gonna be, ah! It just depends on the day and what her mood is.
I like that the kids are getting more confessionals. I like it. It's good. I want to hear their thoughts. I feel like for a long time it was very scripted and very producer led, and it was kind of like they were forcing them to say it. But like, I know Nia went in there and was like, yeah, I have something to say. I have something to say. Even if it was scripted, Nia was like, let me put my little spin on it. Let me do this. I think that's one of the reasons why I'm excited to stick with the show past Christy leaving, is because I know that the kids are going to get older and it's just going to explode even more, because when they hit teenage, yeah, they ain't putting up with this bullshit.
I think it would be kind of interesting just to do a quantitative analysis and kind of mark.
Like a chart? You know what, Hall? Let's do it.
I think it would be great to have a quantitative analysis. I was like, excuse me? You mean a tally chart? You mean a tally chart? We're doing a tally chart. Is that what I'm hearing? All right, okay. A quantitative analysis. Listen, just because you're a doctor, okay, doesn't mean you can use such big words. Because I know Melissa was sitting there going, what the fuck is a quantitative analysis? What's that all about? What's that? Someone explained to me. Fortunately, Jill and Christy were on the wavelength. That's the word I was looking for. On the same wavelength. And now we're getting a little tally chart out. Honestly, it's ridiculous. I've said that if I was to watch an episode and I was to shot every time she compares somebody to Maddie, or she says something super positive about Maddie, or she gushes about Maddie, I would be in hospital before we'd even reach the competition.
Are we drinking every time she puts somebody down? Because we'll be drunk.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Christine. It's even more dangerous for you guys because you're getting the unedited version. You're just sat there all day. I'm only getting the edited version, and I know I'd be paralytic.
Get up in that releve! That lazy releve! Quit practicing it wrong!
Why are you on the phone? Who are you calling? Please tell me you're not on the phone to your bank manager. Do you know what I mean? What do you mean the money from Australia hasn't passed through? What do you mean they're asking for more tax? What do you mean I haven't paid it? What do you mean I'm going to prison? That's what I pay you for.
Gino is going to be doing a contemporary piece called Warrior, and it's very moving. It's a challenge because he can't smile, he can't be cheesy, all of the things that we see ALDC do.
That was a little dig from Kathy there. Oh, he's got to be strong, he's got to be fierce, he can't be cheesy, which is all Abbey League Dance Company is known for. I think that they're good at the contemporariness of it all. I don't feel like they're always cheesy. I get what you mean, don't get me wrong, but I don't think they're only cheesy. That was a little bit of a dig, Kathy, a little bit of an unfair dig.
If I beat Abby in this competition, I'd just walk by her, give her a little...
Okay, Gino, who let you in the confessional room? Who let you in there? Well, I wasn't aware that you were allowed in there, but welcome to the confessional booth. Nice little joke you made there. I'm going to walk past her and be like, yeah, that'll piss her off. That would actually anger her. I reckon that she would rip your head off.
He doesn't like Abby. I don't like Abby. That makes us all the more powerful.
United through hatred of the same woman. This sounds like the start of like a buddy cop movie. He hates her. She hates her. Together, they both hate her. That is brilliant.
Kendall is leading the pack with 6. Chloe and Nia are tied at 4. And there have been 7 Maddie praises.
So they're counting the number of times that Maddie gets praised, and Mackenzie, I'm assuming, and the amount of times that Nia, Kendall, and Chloe are shouted at and put down. This is the level of petty that I would have if I was up there. This is absolutely the level of petty. But equally, I wouldn't have let it get to season 4 before I did this. I think I would have done this quite early on. I reckon around about the season 2 mark I would have done this. Because, like I said, I just wouldn't have let it get to this point where I'm like, oh, should we do it now? Like, obviously, this was producers being like, oh, that's a good idea. Maybe you should do, like, a little running chart. That would be a good idea. But instead, we're here now. We're here now. We're finally doing it. I should have been doing this a lot earlier. Maybe I should count. I'm not going to bother.
Are not worth my energy.
That is so wrong.
She said how many in less than 5 minutes? No.
You are not worth my energy. Why are you a teacher then? Why are you a teacher if children are not worth your energy? If you want to just teach Maddie, just teach Maddie. Don't be on this show where you're meant to teach everybody fairly. God, honestly, I mean, like, this is what's crazy to me, is it's almost like she has this kind of warped perception about how she's viewed in public. And you get people like the Dancing with the Stars people who are just like, yeah, no, she's a vile person. She's awful. She's dreadful. But she's like, oh, no, they're the problem. They're the issue. And I'm like, are they, though? Are they? Or is someone a little bit idiotic?
I did not like that at all. That was the worst week of my life. She's kind of forced into her first kiss. And not just that, but I didn't want to kiss him.
Oh, this is brilliant. I love when the girls are having a cheeky little gossip. It's great. It's nice to see them just interacting with each other outside of the whole dance situation, and they're just gossiping about kissing boys and things like that. I mean, it's a little bit weird that I'm so excited to see that, but you get what I mean, because we see so much depression on this show. It's nice to see the girls just laughing and enjoying themselves. I promise I'm not weird.
You're so weird.
I think the solo is yours because it has a lot of things like... Well, it is my solo, so...
It is hers. We're just learning it in case anything happens.
Yes.
Yeah, Kendall. It's Maddie's solo. Thank you very much. Okay. Okay. I mean, if we're being 100% honest, is this not like the Mean Girls? We've got Maddie, who's Regina George. We've got Chloe, who is Gretchen. And then Karen is Kendall. Does that make sense? Is that something? Have I done something there, guys?
Look what we did.
I love
oh
it.
my god, why don't you guys be a little indiscreet about that?
We need the tallies.
I love that they've actually got a tally chart out. Production definitely rushed this overnight. They were like, guys, I don't care whether you're here until 2, 3 in the morning. I need that chart for tomorrow. We need it. We need a visual representation. And I know that Abby's going to look up and be like, what are they counting? What are they doing up there? What's going on up there? Honestly. And she's not going to be able to work it out. she's not going to be able to work it out because she's so stupid. She's so stupid.
6. Yesterday, we kept a tally on Christy's phone, and today, we're gonna put it in writing.
Why isn't Maddie on there?
Because
She didn't have any
had
eight praises.
I thought she had a negative. No.
The tally chart is then being compared to Maddie and them getting negative critiques, okay? And Melissa's like, why isn't she on there? Well, she can't be compared to herself, for one. And secondly, she didn't have any negatives. Oh, I thought she had one. No. Holly just went, no. That is brilliant. That is brilliant. We can add her as like a little appendix at the end, do you know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, little footnote. Because let's be honest, she'd be a wasted spot on the list, do you know what I mean?
And Melissa, in the meantime, if Maddie starts getting negative remarks, we'll put her on and she'll be ready to go.
And then we'll all ice skate home.
And then we'll all go to La La Land and have afternoon tea with the fairies in the fairy kingdom. Because that's got about as much chance as happening as Maddie has about getting negative critiques. And that sentence was not correct English. But you know what? I just have to get it out because I've done about 5 takes of that now.
Last time that we encountered the ALDC group, we had a brilliant piece.
Which deserved to win, may I add. May I add, it deserved to win. I thought it was incredible. I thought it was genius. And somehow they lost. I mean, we're not going to get too deeply into that, but you get what I mean. And I have a feeling they're going to win this week purely because I just don't have faith in Abby's dance. And if they do win, then you know what? Fair and valid. But like, currently, I think the episode is pointing towards a Candy Apple's victory, which is just going to fuel the fire for nationals, I feel like.
The group dance this week is a beautiful lyrical piece, and it's entitled The Love Letter. There's a lot of talk about a very popular movie right now that's happening where the 2 stars of the show are both terminally ill.
Oh, God. It's The Fault in Our Stars, isn't it? It's The Fault in Our Stars. Right. I have very unpopular opinions. I feel like those movies are dreadful, okay? Absolutely dreadful. Because you know the outcome from the beginning. 2 terminally ill patients. Obviously they're going to die. Obviously. That's what terminally ill means. So why are we bothering watching this movie? If I know the outcome from the get-go, what's the point? What is the point? I don't want to watch these 2 terminally ill people fall in love and then die. Why would I want to do that? Why? It doesn't matter how good the acting is. The story is flawed. You're telling me the ending at the start. And there's nowhere that the story can go from there. There's no plot twist. There's no nothing. Okay?
It would be a good trio.
It would be. Or let all 3 of them. They all know it. They all have a costume. Let all 3 do it.
Again, I've said this before. I find it very, very interesting when they do that kind of thing of, oh, you have the same dance. Let's see who comes out on top. I think that actually would be very interesting to watch. We saw it before with Chloe and Maddie, and didn't Chloe win? Did Chloe win that? Yeah, she won because then the judges happened to find a wrong score that was pointed out by Abby. Yeah, okay. But anyway, moving on. I feel like that would be interesting. Also, have it done as a trio? That would be sick. I feel like it's such a waste of time getting kids to learn dances in a couple of days to then just not bother performing them. Like, what is the point of that? It would be interesting to see them all give their own unique spin on it and then just see who comes out victorious. Maddie wins? Fair enough. Kendall wins? Fair enough. If Chloe wins? Fair enough. It doesn't matter.
But she said Maddie has a solo unless she's... Right. I mean, she already said Maddie has a solo unless she has to leave.
Yeah, but I think the mom's argument is if she has a solo, let her do the solo. Don't make the kids understudy it and then have them potentially not compete it, because then what was the point of that? Yeah, I get it's like a good exercise in understudying, but equally, this is not the time or the place to be teaching them those kind of skills. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is a TV show in which this is being done to torture these children. In a way, do you know what I mean? Maybe I just have a very cynical view of Abby and everything, but like, I just don't like her, period. I'm sorry, I just don't. I don't enjoy her in the slightest.
Not so us.
How many times she cried and ran out of the room and acted like an idiot?
Oh, you'd be up there then. You'd be up there and you'd be on 100 million. I got hit by a handbag. Need I remind you? This is so embarrassing. I've never been more mortified that Maddie forgot her solo on stage and we lost the group number. That's literally what you sound like, by the way. Maybe a bit gruffer.
Like, I don't get it. It's no different from what we did yesterday on the phone. So it's a little bit more visible. Okay, we're making her behavior visible to all.
I agree. I actually agree. I think we should keep it up because you know what it is? It is making it very, very clear and very, very obvious that there is some kind of disparity here. And there is some kind of negative, toxic behavior going on that we're trying to expose. And I feel like this is the kind of thing that would be very confronting.
But whoever wasted the time it took to make those letters and to go by that board should have spent that same amount of time on putting a brain in their kid's head.
It was very obviously production that did it. Let's be real. Do I think that the mums would be wanting to do it on a massive board? I don't think they care enough. They were fine doing it on the phone yesterday. I think they would have just kept on doing it on the phone. But production went, nah, we need to make this visible. We need to make this into a storyline. And so they did. So let's not be pretending like the mums had anything to do with making this board. Is her sandwich cold again? Oh god, guys, we don't want a repeat of the other day. God almighty. Somebody get this woman a warm meatball marinara sub, please, for the love of God. On the hearty Italian bread, okay? She wants extra cheese, okay? And make sure it's toasted. No veg in there, because Abby doesn't do vegetables. God. And get her some Haagen-Dazs for dessert as well. Big tub. You know, the industrial size one.
Every mark on the board indicates and reflects something negative Abby has said or done towards our girls. And there's no hiding from these numbers. There's no hiding from the truth.
Abby can't handle the truth. She can't handle it. This board is very, 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 what's the word I'm looking for? Revealing. Let's just put it that way. It's revealing. It's very, very toxic behavior, and it's exposing it, and I'm glad that we're exposing it, because you know what? These kids deserve better.
I don't want to space cadet because that could be taken as derogatory, but you said they're doing absolutely nothing for 2 counts.
Sorry, what is derogatory? I need to re-listen to that, because she said something that was derogatory, and she said it was derogatory, and I was like, what? I don't want to space cadet, because that could be taken as derogatory. What? What is she talking about? What is going on in that little head of hers? Huh? What? Huh? I'm so baffled right now. I am enjoying this montage of Abby being mean to the children purely because of all the tics that are happening. Usually, I hate this kind of thing, but because there's now a point being made of like how often she's doing it, it's fantastic to me. It's fantastic. It's exposing her for what she really is.
That's the 10th time today. Broadway Baby, my dog, could have figured that out faster.
Broadway Baby mention. Hey, making a return from the grave of her mum for a special mention on the show.
I'm not going to say her name, but the kid over there in the orange 2-piece coral, she needs to move out.
I'm not even going to say her name, but that kid in the coral 2-piece needs to move out of the way. Wow. 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 We're just being nasty today. We're just being nasty with 2 R's.
11 marks over there for Kendall.
Those are inequities in how the kids are being treated. It was all compared to Maddie.
Right. Maddie's not perfect. I mean, I know that.
We know that.
That's not our point, Melissa. We're not saying that Maddie is perfect. We're saying that Abby is comparing her to Maddie as if she is perfect. Okay? That's our argument. Okay? Melissa, just stop talking. Please. Because every time you open your mouth, you just say something that pisses me off this episode.
You have to elevate her to make her look that much better by dragging the other kids down. I know. No, I'm not.
Vehemently jealous of Maddie. It's sickening.
Oh, yawn. We've been playing this I'm jealous card for the last 4 seasons. But every single bit of evidence that we have from this show is that they're not jealous of Maddie. They're just protecting their own children from you being a hateful creature. I think in season 1, I could have potentially understood the whole jealousy, like, excuse, I guess. But seasons 2, 3, and 4, we've produced so much, like, evidence that that is not the case. That is not the case at all.
All of the girls at the Abby Lee Dance Company get the same exact training.
They just don't know. They just don't. They just don't. How can you look at me on national television and tell me that? How can you? How can you look me in the eye and lie to me so vehemently? I don't even know if that's the right word. I don't even know if it's the right word. I'm just throwing out words of the day, do you know what I mean? What are we doing here, Abby? What are we doing here? Why are we lying to the general public? You know you can get done for that.
Welcome to high school, Abby Miller.
That is horrifying. If I walked into a dance competition and I just had Kathy's voice directly addressing me, "Hello, Ethan, and welcome to high school." Fucking hell, I sound like Monokuma from Danganronpa, Jesus. But yeah, I would shit myself. I'd be like, who's in the PA system? Who is that?
Teacher brutality will get you a session of banging erasers.
Where were you going with that? What? Kathy, that was not the best line. That was not good. That was not good. I feel like we need to go back to the drawing board. Okay, and usually your insults are 10 out of 10. This, it's not great. It's not looking great for you.
Christy, why do you have your grandma's curtains on? Shut up.
Okay, that line about grandma's curtains was 10 times better. It was 10 times better. That was so much better. See, she proves that she can do it. Just not with Abby, apparently. Oh. Not them bringing the board with them. Oh my god, this is going to get so toxic and so crazy so quickly.
Get over yourselves. I'm going to say something that you're not going to like, and it's going to hurt your child's feelings.
What does Abby lose by putting Mackenzie? What does Abby lose by putting Chloe and Kendall in against Maddie? Because if she's so confident that Maddie's the best, then Maddie's going to win, surely. And then she gets to hold it over Kendall and Chloe and be like, see? What? So why aren't they allowed to do it? That's my question. That is my question, and that is my opinion on this. Because why would you want one person to go up against Gino when you could have 3 people go up against Gino? Why would you not do that? It just doesn't seem like you've thought this one through at all.
I think she's going to humiliate herself. I don't want to put a substandard kid up there.
I don't want to put a substandard kid up there. That's what she said. She didn't say a substandard dance. She didn't say a substandard routine. She said a substandard kid. Kendall's not substandard, okay? Let's get that straight right now, okay? Because that is a horrendous thing for you to say.
Maddie will be dancing. Fool me once today. Maddie and Maddie only.
Shocker. Shocker. Oh my god, wow. Who'd have guessed that? In other breaking news, a fork was found in the kitchen. Later today, we'll be talking about how an elephant was found in the wild. And at 10, we'll be talking about how mothers have children. Make sure you stay tuned for all that breaking news today. Already, I hate this costume. Oh god. Okay, yeah, I hate the costume. So it's gonna be docked marks because what the fuck is this? I've already made my opinions on the outfit very clear. But, yeah, I wasn't in love with this dance. I think I would give it a 7 out of 10. I think if the costume was better, it would have gotten an 8. I think there were moments in it where I was like, wow, this is actually really, really cool. And when he did the I don't want to say backflip because that's not what it is, but the back handspring. Don't know terminology. Let's not be asking me that. But I do just think this was a very... I feel like it could have been more powerful. I feel like it could have been more powerful. It could have been more dynamic. I feel like it was just a little bit disappointing in my eyes. I expected something a lot better from Gino, from Kathy, from the guy who choreographed it. I just wasn't in love with it, sadly. And so, unfortunately, it has to get a 7. It just wasn't a bit of me. And I think depending on how well Maddie dances, I think she easily beats him, sadly. Not sadly, but like, obviously, I guess. I'm sad that it's going to be so obvious.
I gotta hand it to you. Hurt the first time, hurt the last time, hurts more than it hurt me.
Look, fair game. Fair game, Maddie. That was a great solo. Amazing. I'm sad that I can't see Kendall and Chloe performing it because I feel like they also would have smashed it. I don't think there was anything in there that they couldn't have done. I think maybe it would have been nice to have seen their interpretation in terms of facial expressions and acting and things like that. Either way, this was a great number. I don't really have much to say other than it was really good and it's a 10 out of 10. So yeah, this is your best solo in like a hot minute, I'd say. I've not been loving your solos this series. I find them quite boring and repetitive, but this one was actually really good, like really nice. I thought there was so many moments where they played with the rhythm and they played with pauses and breaks and having a moment to breathe rather than just dancing through the music. It was very well done, I have to say.
Could it be that maybe giving Kendall and Chloe the same choreography doesn't give Maddie a slam dunk win because they might have looked good on stage?
Maybe that is the case. Maybe that is what's going on, you know. Maybe it is. Oh, have we cracked the code? Have we cracked the code? Because if you recall, the last time that Chloe and Kendall were both given Maddie choreography, they won.
But Melissa wouldn't stand up for Mackenzie. She's certainly not going to stand up for our kids.
But by not saying anything, it is saying you're right.
Again, I think both of them are completely right in this situation. There have been times in the past where I feel like Melissa has been unfairly picked upon and she's been in a position where it's not her fault. This is not one of those times, and I actually do agree with the other mums. Melissa is so complicit in the torture of these children because she doesn't stand up and say, hey, this is not okay. This is not okay. And it's because it's not negatively affecting her children, or it's not negatively affecting Maddie. Even when it negatively affects Mackenzie, even then she doesn't stand up for her. Do you know what I mean? It's mental to me.
It's not about corrections. It's about
my teaching style.
it's about humiliating them. Like you said,
that of improvement.
No.
Yeah, I don't think anybody who is... that's such a backwards way of looking at it. Like, who gets better by being humiliated? I don't know. Maybe you guys have a kink. I personally do not. I do not. I do not get better through humiliation. It just makes me not want to try. If I get humiliated doing something, I never want to do it again. That's just the way I am, okay? Whereas if you are encouraging and you're supportive, then I want to try it again. I want to do it. But I'm not going to do it if you're just going to humiliate me.
She was going to do a Maya Angelou piece, and now it's like, you know what, Holly?
If that's your retaliation,
Go worry about those big flat feet somewhere else. I could care less.
Everything's an insult. When she doesn't like hearing something, she insults the children. Do you know what I mean? Because she can't insult the mums because the mums will give it back. But she insults the children who are not here to defend themselves. That's so disrespectful and rude. You can't say that kind of thing and not expect people to get pissed off with you. It's ridiculous. Abby, you are a special breed of vile. Okay? There are not many people up there in that special breed of vile. Okay?
What kind of 40-something-year-old woman has to retaliate against you. Act like a baby. That is a baby right there.
You want me to make your child better, but yet you want to hold me accountable for my teaching methods.
But are you making them better? Because how long have you been teaching them and you're still concerned about the same things again and again and again? Maybe your teaching method just doesn't work on anybody, because the only person that is doing well in your eyes is Maddie, and Maddie isn't getting this kind of treatment. So what does that say? Something's telling me there's a little bit of hypocrisy here. Just a little bit of hypocrisy.
I'm not taking anything out on a little kid. And Nia is 12. She can have kids. She can get married in some countries.
What? Did she really just say that? Please tell me I misheard that. Please tell me I did not just hear Abby say she's 12, she can have children and get married in some countries. Abby has said a lot of things. Okay, Abby has said a lot of things before that have been wild, out of pocket, ridiculous. This could take the biscuit. This could take the win.
That's
And
the
you're
truth.
a nasty woman.
Get real. Your kid's growing up.
You've crossed the line.
Yeah, and that is an understatement. That's like top 5 worst things that Abby has ever said on this show. That is crazy. That is mental.
I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna walk down the hall because that's the woman I support.
We stand behind you 110%.
Hello, cameraman. I know this is a tense moment right now, but seeing the cameraman just like, oh, I'm just gonna shuffle in here. That just sent me.
I'm not talking about anything else. His cameras are out of my face.
Abby can't have.
Holly's like, I'm not talking. I'm not participating in this conversation until those cameras are out of my face, because I've got some things to say about Abby. I've got some things to say, and they're not nice things.
I am beyond mad. I am beyond angry. I am downright finished with these women.
On what grounds? On what grounds? Tell me why you're the one that's pissed off. Abby's always playing the victim as well. She always starts these arguments and makes everybody feel like shit, and then acts like she's the aggrieved party. Excuse me? Excuse me? Please tell me, when these women insulted or like shat on you, they're just pointing out the fact that you're biased and you're unfair on these kids, which you are. It's a fact. We've seen it. And then you have to just stoop below the belt all the time. God, you're disgusting. Jesus.
People tell me now, hey man, look at how you've changed. All I want, this could change everything. Whoa, whoa. So the story goes, someone loses, no one we know.
I didn't think it would be so in your face with the whole, I've got literally a tube coming out of my nose, but I liked this number. I thought it was really, really good, really, really powerful. Just a really good number. Yeah, wow. This is the thing about Candy Apples, okay? They always knock it out of the park with their dances, especially since they started like getting in choreographers and like getting in team members. Like I'm not against that, because they're not the main team on the show. Do you know what I mean? They're the rivals and they're the competition team for the show. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not an actual team, and they all make out like they're chopping and changing, like they don't know that this is just for the show's purpose. Do you know what I mean? Having a rival for the Abbey Lee Dance Company. But they just have such spectacular dances. Like, I cannot think of a single one in recent memory. I think the last bad one was that silly little weird motor racing or whatever it was. That was a bad dance. That was a really, really bad dance. But like, aside from that, I feel like every other dance that they've done has been genuinely good and genuinely exciting to watch. So, you know what? Fair game to them. This was a really, really good number. I was worried it would be insensitive, but I actually feel like they rode that wave very, very calmly and very, very sensitively.
Group number playing with matches has been withdrawn.
Huh?
The group number playing with matches
Isn't that yours?
has been withdrawn and will not dance.
Oh, she's such a petty little bitch. She's so petty. She let them get dressed up and go backstage, and then they just announce it, and that's how they find out. Wow, we acting like a little child. A little child. A little child. Oh, I'm going to throw my toys at the pram. Wow, wow, wow. Is that who you are right now? Little child? Yeah, okay. Okay, Abby. I see you for who you really are.
Has nothing to do with you. It's how your mothers treated Abby in that dressing room.
Johnny, you're not helping situations. Fuck off. Go away. It's because of the mums. No, it's because Abby was out of line and they rightfully kicked off. And then she was even more out of line. And then Holly walked out. And then all of a sudden, oh, I'm the aggrieved party. I'm the aggrieved party. Oh, wow, wow, wow.
Abby, why did you pull the number? See what I mean? You get the back of the head. You get the back of the head.
I also just wouldn't want to pull the number because then you get Kathy doing this. Do you know what I mean? Kathy's got the moral high ground now. She's like, ha ha ha, you pulled the number. You were scared of us. No, that's not the reason. Well, obviously it is the reason. There's no amount of no, that's not the reason that you could say to Kathy to make her believe that that wasn't actually the reason. Because, I don't know, maybe there is a part of it that was to do with Kathy potentially being better than you guys.
That's what Kathy does.
But what some of the things that you said were disrespectful to you.
To your standards.
Oh no.
Yes.
Abby, you could never lower yourself to my standards because you're
whatever.
already beneath my standards are high.
See, when Holly just says things like this, I'm just like, she just always has the upper hand because she says things like this. It's so disrespectful, but it's said so respectfully. And it's so funny to me. Like, there's no way that I could lower myself to your standards because your standards are already beneath me. My standards are too high. My standards are too high for you.
Walk out the door.
I am walking out the door because I'm off the
bored
clock.
with the conversation as it is. Straighten your knees and point your feet. And get some class.
Great, great final line. Great. I love it when Holly has the last word. I love it. I love it. I'd have shouted that after her and go get some class. Bitch. I'd have added the bitch in the end just because I hate her. But that's just me. Anyway, that is pretty much it for the episode. So, thank you guys very, very much for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed. This episode has been absolutely wild and crazy. I've really, really enjoyed it. I have enjoyed it. As much as it has been torturous, and Abby has said some insane stuff in this episode, yeah, I have enjoyed it. And we are very, very much on our way to Nationals now. We've got 2 more episodes. We will be watching the premiere of episode 29 next Sunday. So make sure you stay around for that. And then straight after, we'll be jumping into the live stream. So you'll be getting a lot of Dance Moms next Sunday in order to fit everything in the schedule. So if you guys are excited, make sure to like, make sure to comment, make sure to subscribe. And let's get going. We are on our way to the end of season 4. And then we can start with the craziness that is season 5 and get ready for Snow Abbey. But that is all for today. Thank you guys very, very much for watching. I'll see you guys later. Keep on ranting. Bye now. See ya.